Maddison's just not going to move to Manchester United, is he? Hey guys, it is Finn here. That is of course FYWN, and today I will be talking about why I don't think Maddison's going to end up moving to Manchester United and why I think Manchester United are just too late to go for Maddison. I'm very upset with Manchester United because we really did have a chance in the beginning of the season to probably sign him, but you know what? Now we won't, because this is without a doubt the best Leicester City team the Premier League has ever actually seen. But yeah, it's very upsetting to see Manchester United so late on this. And before I get too far into it, if you do enjoy Premier League content, then I really would recommend subscribing to this channel, especially if you guys have video suggestions and you put them in the comment section down below. I most likely will do them, and yeah, then I'm making you guys happy. Talking about making you guys happy, I'm starting a FIFA 20 career mode series very soon, where I'll be managing a Premier League team with Zlatan Ibrahimovic and try get him to eventually become the Manchester United manager. So of course, stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see that in the future. But I just really don't see Maddison moving to Manchester United. I can't see why he would actually want to, especially not just because of his team, but because of Brendan Rodgers. I think it's very difficult to go from a great manager who just perfectly moves around the system and develops the perfect system for your team like Brendan Rodgers, to go to someone like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who is not a proven great manager. I mean, the only other Premier League team he's managed is Cardiff, and he didn't do too well over there, did he? I do have to say, overall, I think he does want to work under a proper manager. As I said, the team is fitting perfectly, and they have found the perfect system of counter-attacking football and really smart, fast play that Maddison fits into perfectly. I can't see him working with bad midfielders, unlike the ones he has at Leicester. At Leicester, he has Ndidi, he has Tielemans, he has a bunch of other midfielders who fit into the system perfectly, where you come to Manchester United where you can get inconsistent performances in the midfielder that he would have to work with in the midfield, like the likes of Fred, who is very, very inconsistent at times. He is improving a tiny bit, but at the end of the day, I think he's still a waste of money that Manchester United spent. He still hasn't proven himself. McTominay in the midfield, he is improving, but at the same time, I can't really see him working in the same system as Maddison. I think they're very different kind of players, and it would be very hard for them to work in a similar system together because they work in very different systems at the moment. And of course, you would realize I haven't mentioned Paul Pogba because I just don't see him staying. I can't see Paul Pogba staying at Manchester United. And apparently he's been match fit for quite a while now, but he doesn't want to play because he wants to be fit enough to play for Real Madrid. A big shocker. And I do have to say, it does annoy me hugely that he'll do this to a team he's been a part of forever. But at the same time, you know what? I have to be upset at Manchester United themselves, at the board, because we got rid of Ander Herrera and we didn't replace him, and now we're going to probably lose Paul Pogba, and now losing two very vital players to Manchester United midfield if we do end up losing Paul Pogba. We haven't got the proper replacement, and the proper one would have been Maddison. But we've taken too long, and now this is the best Leicester City team we have ever seen in the Premier League. And I can't see him moving away from that because they are guaranteed Champions League football next season. I can't see them falling out of that, where Manchester United probably, if they work hard enough, can play in Europa League. Very different systems, and I can't see why Maddison would downgrade himself like that. But am I saying never, forever? No, I am not. I do have to say, in a few years, when Schmeichel, when Vardy, when the good older players leave Leicester, maybe the team will drop a bit below to what Manchester United are, and maybe then he will be interested, because Maddison is still young. I'm not saying never, forever, as I said, but I do have to say, at this moment, I cannot see him moving because Leicester are the only team who's really competing with Liverpool in the Premier League. If any team could catch up, it is Leicester, because Leicester is doing statistically way better than they even did in the season that they did win. I can't see them moving at all, and even then, there are younger players that could still carry the team in the future, like Chilwell and other, as I said, great young midfielders. I can't see them downgrading at all. And other midfielder options that Manchester United could look at, I mean, I think they really used to be spoiled for choice, but now they've waited too long, as I did say. I mean, it's a huge problem in Manchester United. Initially, Isco looked like a good option. He's now getting too old at Real Madrid, in my opinion, for our system that we do want to get with all the younger players for the future. Dybala, of course, would come at a huge price tag, and at the same time, I think he is a bit overrated. He hasn't performed that well. And yeah, I just don't think he's the correct option because he will be way too expensive, and I don't think he'll perform as well. And he's also guaranteed Champions League football with Juventus. After that, you do get the likes of Eriksen, which once again, looks like he could almost be a bit too old for the kind of system that we're trying to work into. He's not that old, but we are trying to get the youngest players possible. And at the same time, it also depends on if Spurs improves or not. If Spurs end up lower than Manchester United on the table this season, it is possible that Eriksen could move, but I don't think he's the best player for the job. Angel Gomez, if we gave him more playtime, I think he could be perfect for the role because he knows Manchester United's system and he's showing lots of promise in the team. And he has captained the younger team, so he really does know that leadership style as well. At the same time, you could look at a player like Sancho, who does play on the right wing. But at the same time, I want a really pure attacking midfielder. And although right wing is a problem for United at times, I'll get into that at a later stage in another video maybe. Another option we could look at is Haaland, of course, the striker, the Scandinavian striker, who's just getting goal after goal after goal. He's got more goals than he's played games, which is insane. And now you might ask, Finn, why would that work in an attacking midfield position? What I was thinking is we played him as striker, dropped Marcus Rashford down in that centre forward position, exactly like we used to play Wayne Rooney. I think Rashford would work well in that number 10 position like Wayne Rooney did, because he creates lots of chances. He can still score a lot of goals and he creates other chances for other players. And although he can actually just move up with the system with Haaland, almost as if a second striker falling behind, and they could work really, really well together. I think Rashford would work great in that position, but I don't think Manchester United would do that because I think they like to play Rashford in that proper number 9 position, which I mean, I think they should experiment a bit with that. I think they really need to test that around, play with that a bit. But as I said, I'm very sad that we've missed our chance with Maddison. I cannot see a move because he is probably as important to Leicester City as Manchester City view Kevin De Bruyne. I think they both say, yeah, this is a vital part to our midfield and is the reason the ball gets contributed so well around the pitch. I think we have majorly missed our chance and we will kick ourselves for this for a very, very long time. And other problems at Manchester United midfielder-wise is we don't really have anyone past that. Lingard hasn't performed in the longest time and I'm so tired of this, oh, he's an exciting prospect whole bull. I mean, I really just want a proper midfielder. Juan Mata can be very good, but he's getting slower. He's not playing much. And of course, he's probably going to leave soon because he is getting a bit older. At the end of the day, I'm tired of Manchester United, the way that we have this mentality of, we can do it later. At the same time, Ole, the transfers that he has made so far with Daniel James, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, the transfers he has brought in have proven to be quality at times. Although Maguire hasn't looked like the sturdiest of centre-backs, still looks very, very strong at times. And maybe Manchester United will pick up form now that they've beaten Spurs, now that they have beaten Manchester City. But only time will tell. Sadly, I don't think over time Maddison is going to come to United. Maybe in the next 3-4 years. But at the current stage, I can't see why he would move to United. Once again, guys, trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of this year. You guys can really help me that by just sharing, subscribing, liking, all of the good stuff. I love every single one of you. Once again, video suggestions that you want me to do, put in the comment section down below. Finn, FYNN, cheers, bye.